Help me to reach 2,000 subscribers. The sound of the glass shattering still echoes in my head. I didn't even remember throwing it. Just the crash, the splash of whiskey across the kitchen tiles, and the photo frame falling with it. Our wedding picture, face down, cracked through the center of our smiles. That was the moment I finally signed the divorce papers. Maya didn't cry. She didn't even look sad. She stood there in her pale blue dress, the one she used to wear on our anniversaries, and said quietly, "I think this is what's best for both of us, Armin." Her calm made it worse. My heart wanted her to scream, to fight, to tell me I was wrong about her. But she didn't. She collected her bag, said goodbye, and left. The silence that followed was suffocating, like the house itself had lost its heartbeat. For 2 days, I stayed in that silence. Every room carried a ghost of her laughter. Every scent, every cup, every corner reminded me that she once loved me here. Until the knock came. It was evening. The light outside was dim, the kind that paints the walls orange and lonely. When I opened the door, I froze. It was her sister, Zara. She looked shaken, eyes red, her coat unbuttoned despite the cold. "Armin, can I come in?" she asked, her voice trembling. I nodded, confused. Zara rarely visited, even when things were good. She stepped inside and stood in the middle of the living room, glancing around like she was gathering the courage to speak. "She's not who you think she is," she said finally. My heart sank. "What are you talking about?" Zara's hands were shaking as she pulled something from her bag, a small black flash drive. "You need to see this. I shouldn't be doing this, but I can't let her keep lying to you." For a moment, I just stared at it. My stomach tightened, that old familiar dread returning, the one I'd tried to drown in whiskey. "What's on it?" I asked. Zara swallowed hard. "Proof. Of what she did." I didn't want to believe it. Even after the divorce, part of me clung to the idea that Maya was just lost, confused, that maybe I'd failed her somehow. But as I plugged the drive into my laptop, the room seemed to shrink around me. There were videos, messages, photos. The first video opened with Maya's voice, soft, playful, the same tone she used when she used to whisper goodnight. But she wasn't speaking to me. She was laughing with someone else. A man. Someone I didn't recognize. In the background, I could see our bedroom. My knees weakened. My hand hovered over the pause button, but I couldn't look away. The laughter in that room, the one I once thought was filled with love, now sounded like mockery. When I finally turned off the laptop, my hands were trembling. I stared at Zara, who was quietly crying. "She told me it was just a mistake," she said. But it wasn't. It went on for months. And when she finally ended it, it wasn't because she regretted it. It was because he left her. I sat down, numb. "Why are you telling me this now?" Zara hesitated, then whispered, "Because I can't live with it anymore. She lied to you, and she lied to me. She made me promise not to tell you." Her confession broke through my fog. "You knew?" I asked, my voice rising. "I found out by accident," she said quickly. I confronted her, but she swore it was over. Then she blamed me, said I was jealous, that I always wanted what she had. I stared at her. "Did you?" Her eyes flashed with hurt. "No. I cared about you both." But she twisted everything until I didn't even know what was true anymore. Silence hung between us. Outside, rain began to fall, tapping softly against the windows like an unwanted memory. Zara stood, wiping her tears. "I thought you deserved to know before she ruined someone else." Before I could reply, her phone buzzed. She glanced at it and froze. Then she showed me the screen, Maya's name. "She's calling me," she whispered. "Answer it," I said. Zara hesitated, then put it on speaker. "Zara." Maya's voice came through, breathless. "Did you go to his place?" Zara said nothing. "I told you to leave it alone." Maya shouted. "Do you have any idea what you've done?" I stepped closer to the phone. "I think she does," I said quietly. There was silence on the line. Then Maya's voice changed, trembling now. "Armin, please. Don't listen to her. You don't understand what she's trying to do. I saw the videos, I said. I understand perfectly. She started crying. It wasn't what you think. I was lonely. You were always working, always distant. I made a mistake, but it didn't mean I stopped loving you. Her words hit like knives. I wanted to scream, to ask why she didn't just tell me, why she let me believe everything was fine while she was giving pieces of herself to someone else. But before I could speak, Zara's voice cut in, low and bitter. Tell him the truth, Maya. What truth? Maya snapped. Zara's eyes met mine. About who he was. Maya's sobbing grew louder. Zara, stop. My chest tightened. Who was he? When Maya didn't answer, Zara whispered, it was my fiancé. The world seemed to tilt. I stared at her, unable to process the words. Your fiancé? Zara nodded. She slept with him while we were planning our wedding. When I found out, she said it was an accident, that it just happened. I called off the engagement. She begged me not to tell you. Said she'd lose everything. On the other end of the line, Maya was crying uncontrollably. I was broken, Armin. I didn't know what I was doing. You knew, I said, my voice cracking. You knew exactly what you were doing. There was a pause, a silence so heavy it seemed to swallow the air. Then I hung up. Zara sat across from me, eyes filled with guilt and pain. I didn't want to hurt you, she whispered. But you did, I said quietly. You both did. We sat there for a long time, listening to the rain, the ghosts between us louder than words. When she finally stood to leave, she hesitated at the door. I just wanted you to know the truth, she said. I didn't expect forgiveness. As the door closed behind her, I looked at the broken frame on the floor again. Our smiling faces stared back through the crack, divided perfectly down the middle. I picked it up, ran my thumb along the glass, and whispered to the silence. Maybe she was right. Maybe it really is best for both of us. Outside, the rain kept falling, washing the world clean, except for the places it could never reach.